Welcome to Softcore History.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to Softcore History. I am your host, Rob Fox, and I am excited for today's episode. We have a very special guest. Jake Goldman is here.
Yay! Wait, I'm special?
Yeah, you're always special.
Thanks, babe.
Yes. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm exhausted, honestly.
It's early.
Yeah, I did a bunch of housework last night and calmed my dog down during the until 5 a.m. fireworks that were going on.
My dog, so we're recording on July 5th. One of my dogs, if he could have, would have put a gun in his mouth and ended it.
Was that Leo?
Jack.
Jack
Yeah,
hates
Leo
fireworks.
doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Leo's a Shiba. He didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jack was not happy. And I didn't know what they wanted at first, so I took them outside because I was like, oh, you want to go outside? And then, I had to basically scream at Jack to not run away.
Yeah.
Because his solution to being safer is to run into the dark forest full of coyotes.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Yeah, he's
Checks out.
He's a special one. That one. And I'm also joined by Dan Regester,
What's up, guys?
who hung out with us last night, unlike Jake.
Jake, you didn't show up.
I told you guys I have door hardware to put on my door.
That's stupid.
Well, if I didn't, then there would just be holes in the door.
That's fine.
No.
Does a typical white man locking his doors, keeping people out of his home?
Yeah, I'm trying to save energy, Rob, which makes the ocean not catch on fire.
Ooh, touche.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Like the Caspian Sea.
yes, just like the Caspian
There's another
Sea.
one too, and I think
It's in the Pacific. It's a
Nigeria
fucking,
now?
the ocean's
I
not
don't
on fire. A fucking gas line
It's-
burst.
I thought
and
it was the
everyone-
Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah, but
It is.
they keep bursting. There's like 3 in the last week.
That's a pipe problem, not a global warming problem.
No, I'm saying someone's doing this.
Someone's doing it,
Someone's
you think?
doing this.
An eco-terrorist?
Goddamn hackers.
Dolphins.
It's the dolphins.
Hey, who
for
else
sure.
is here?
Oh, yeah. We're joined by my wife. Hello.
Hello. Best for last, right?
Your very
Sure.
pregnant wife.
Yeah, extremely pregnant. She's in her third.
Thanks, Dan.
She's in her third trimester. Yeah. Why of all the times to comment?
Wait,
on my
you're
wife-
pregnant?
Just a little, Jake.
That's
Yeah.
actually worse. Instead of him
Oh,
being
wow.
like she's super pregnant, being like, oh, I thought you always looked like that.
Yeah, but you're actually just making her work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're the
On a
you're
holiday,
the we
no less.
we are not the villains.
No,
You are.
That's you.
I'm always. Yeah, that's pretty much the story of this pregnancy, to be honest.
Well, yeah.
There's a good
you
guy.
are causing my pain.
There's a good guy and a bad guy, and I'm the bad guy.
Yeah.
You did this to me. Literally.
Yeah. I got a strong dick,
Okay.
and it hurt you.
Okay.
This is your first podcast ever.
It is, yeah. Thanks for having me.
She's never
Wait,
done one.
you've never done a podcast before?
I haven't, no.
Yeah, I can tell, though, it runs in the Fox's, just tendency to not talking to the microphone.
Yeah. Just put your mouth closer to it.
Get it?
Yep.
Oh.
Tipping a little bit.
Okay, well,
Look,
I didn't
man.
do
I can
that.
fix
That
it.
was all you.
That was see Rob's
People
fault.
come to us, all right? I don't go to the microphone. The microphone comes to me.
It's not how mics
And
work, but that's
how,
okay.
And that's how this family works. Yeah. But I thought I'd have her on. She actually, I don't know if you guys know this, but she canceled on us a couple months ago. She decided that she was too good for this podcast.
Also known as I got the COVID vaccine and was bedridden. So, sure.
Yeah, she was supposed to be on. I think wasn't he missing? Was Jake
I was
missing?
yeah, it was
He
that
said to me, her and
episode.
Veronica, as me and Dan giggled reading horrifying pregnancy facts from ancient times.
Yay.
To a pregnant woman and a woman who wanted to be pregnant very soon. Be like,
Wanted to be pregnant like the last decade or so.
yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, being pregnant anytime before, I gotta say 1960, bare minimum, maybe 1980 was the fucking worst.
Yeah, until people our age were starting to get born, pregnancy was pretty rough.
It seemed.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Our generation would probably like it since, they have a death wish.
Well, we'll get into that, and including some of her own almost pregnancy choices.
Oh, my life's so hard. I wish I was fucking dead.
There are no decisions in death,
No.
from what I hear.
Yeah, there's no well, if I don't like it,
Just
yeah,
undo,
I just need to
Control Z it.
Yeah, just honestly, do you think that could be a thing in the future where people don't want to kill themselves, but they're like, man, just fuck this, and they find a way to put themselves in a coma for 8 years?
They just cryogenically freeze themselves until shit
Rob,
gets
sleep
better.
is the cousin of death. So
Yeah.
keep my eyes wide open.
Okay, nice,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
I'd put myself to sleep
Illmatic.
for 9 months
That's not how you do
to
it.
excuse myself from all of this pain.
That would fuck up the baby.
What
I
if you
think
just
you'd
became
be
an
fine.
Iceman?
Just give me an IV.
Yeah, just put yourself on ice. The Iceman.
Okay. Like Captain America?
No, not like Captain America. Like Ted Williams.
Well, he did that after death, though.
And Walt
And it was
Disney.
just his head.
Yeah.
Is it really just his head?
Just his head.
Just his head.
Only Ted Williams' head is cryogenically
But you get your
frozen.
consciousness, and then you get a better body.
Maybe.
Didn't they do that to Disney?
Presumably, actually, I think Walt Disney, it's his whole body.
Yeah. There's
I
a.
thought it was
Oh, no,
just
it
his
is.
head.
You're right. It is. Yeah, it's his head.
Yeah.
See, I thought Disney lived on the moon.
He's going to.
Okay.
But we have to
Once
build.
he gets his body back.
Yeah, we have to
Yeah,
build the moon
yeah, yeah.
base first. Do you think he's
Right.
going to wake up and wait for the moon to get built?
No.
No.
That's why you freeze yourself.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he did build a giant theme park in a swamp.
Yeah, that's step one. So he was like, okay, we can do this. So eventually we can build on the moon.
So the moon's a piece of cake.
Yeah. I mean, mission space is a front for a rocket to the moon.
Yeah.
That's why
true.
Bezos
That's
and
true. That is true.
Musk and everybody are leaving.
I just on a side note of that, before we get into our topic, someone on Wall Street Bets made a huge put on, or not put, maybe whatever it is. They were shorting.
Do you know what any of this means?
No, they were. I do know what
They
this
were
means.
betting against this. They were betting against the stock.
They were betting against Amazon.
So that's a
just
short.
in case. Yeah, they were shorting
They
it.
shorted
Yeah,
Amazon.
they were shorting.
Dumbest fucking
No,
thing you
no.
could do.
They have the short for the day Jeff Bezos takes off in case the rocket explodes.
I thought he already took off.
Did he?
No.
No, it happens this
Did he-
month.
did that get pushed back?
It's mid month. So Richard Branson's going into space. They're going. They're just tipping in.
Just the tip.
It's just a tip into
Just to
space.
see how it doesn't feel.
Yeah, literally. Like they're like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
bullshit. They're not going to space.
Also, if I get my words mixed up on this podcast, I am currently switching the podcast as I talk.
But you don't have to read, so it's fine.
That's true. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
still, it's hard. I struggle with words.
Yeah,
as
Dan is producing. There's no Coop today.
No
No,
Coop.
It's hard doing what you do every day.
There's no Coop or Joel.
I don't switch while I do a show usually.
It's like calling the play as you're throwing the ball.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
Peyton Manninging it. You're calling Omahas.
Yeah, I'm not on Peyton's level.
Well, not yet.
No, I'm more like Ty Detmer.
You got to start somewhere
Yeah.
though.
You're doing great, Dan.
Thank you.
And you're doing great at being pregnant. So let's talk about.
Great.
This is kind of part two, the final part, really, of our series. We talked about pregnancy and birth control and all that shit in ancient times. Let's talk about the Middle Ages. Did things get better?
I highly doubt it.
No.
Spoiler.
Why bury the lead? You know?
Yeah, good podcast, guys.
Yeah, right on.
There we
Nope.
go.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Courtney.
Still terrible.
That's it. Yeah. So we're gonna get into a little what it was like to be pregnant in the Middle Ages, and I'll start with a story because I think before we get into some facts, let's start with a story. The story of Euphame Macalzian, whatever the fuck.
He fucked up a name.
Yeah.
Call him out. Call him out.
Ooh.
Boo.
You can't pronounce it.
Yep,
Boo. You fucked up, Rob.
I did. And
How's it feel?
what's fucked up is this is an English speaking woman. Like this is a Scottish name.
Oh, that's a woman?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She was a real bitch.
Great start to describing a pregnant woman, you asshole.
She was giving birth to twins and was in quite a bit of pain. This was in 1591. And she was in a lot of pain, and she didn't appreciate the fact that the pain was cast down upon her by God because Eve, the original huge bitch,
Yeah.
Great, Rob.
ate the apple and caused man to fall from God's grace.
Original sin.
So this is actually a thing
Yep.
we learned
Yep.
in the first
Correct.
with Veronica. At some point, the church and Christianity in particular decided that women were in so much pain giving birth because of Eve,
That's
Well, that makes
the only
me wanna
reason, yeah.
scream.
and that they deserved it
Okay.
because Eve was a real bitch.
I don't even know
Made
what
us
to
eat
say
the
to
apple. Yeah,
I hate that.
I mean, the biggest loss was snakes lost their legs.
yeah,
Yeah.
So
Snakes lost their legs.
Fuck pregnant women screaming in pain. Let's
poor,
talk about
the poor
those
snakes, man. They could have legs right now.
It's true. They could have just been regular old lizards.
Yeah. So what were lizards then?
I don't know. Did lizards?
Good snakes?
Yeah, they're good snakes.
Yeah.
Lizards are pious snakes.
Yeah, they were like
Snakes that didn't
right.
ruin Eve's life.
they were like, Eve, hold up.
Yeah.
But then if
Don't.
there's no snakes, what does St. Patrick chase out of Ireland?
Nothing.
Well, we don't need a St. Patrick if snakes aren't created by God, because then man doesn't fall, and we're still living like happy naked monkeys, fucking and eating everything but apples.
Actually, we probably don't live at all. There's probably no need to procreate because
No.
you live forever in the garden, right?
I don't know. Actually, I think you do still die and then go to heaven, but it's like we're just like pleasantly, blissfully ignorant naked monkeys living in a jungle
Yeah, but you wouldn't know you were naked.
I know.
Even
exactly.
cooler.
But I mean, I know that we'd have been naked, but yeah, the naked monkeys wouldn't have known.
Okay.
Anyway, fucking Eve.
Eve fucked up. I mean, just because she ate an apple,
Yeah.
I believe her son murdered her other son.
Yeah, low-key invented murder because of that. A lot of bad stuff.
Are you
Not
blaming
the best
Eve
family.
for her son being an idiot?
Yes.
We're more of a
Naturally.
nurture versus nature podcast.
We're
Yeah.
pro Seth
it.
podcast.
We also are pro Seth, yeah.
We're pro Seth.
Whoa. Whoa, why?
Do you know Seth?
Isn't that the other one?
He's the third brother.
Yeah.
No one talks about.
Doesn't get enough love.
Yeah.
No, he gets no like recognition in the Bible
Those
at all.
two-
He died and he didn't kill anybody.
He didn't do anything.
So
Yeah.
He just lived his life
He
like
has
a
nothing
good
to
man.
offer.
Actually, another movie. Seth. Life of Seth.
The life of Seth.
We'd have to collaborate with KB No Swag. I think he's got his like flag with Seth, but
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Well, also Lilith was in the garden too.
Yes.
No one talks
Demon-
about
the
Lilith.
demon lady.
Yeah.
Not in the Bible, though.
In the book of Enoch.
She was retconned, I
Isn't
think.
that
in
like a made-up book of the Bible?
Depending on what kind of canon you
What do
follow.
you mean made up book of the Bible?
Well,
Like
Because
Ethiopians.
they're all made up.
Whoa. Damn.
Everything written
Hold on,
down,
hold on.
made up.
This is verbatim history.
Yeah. I would say, hold on. You can't pick and choose. Either you deserve your pregnancy pain or the Bible's made up.
Yeah.
Which is it?
That is a very unfair choice.
What do you mean?
But so, hold on. I'll go back to this story, though.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Euphame, in her arrogance, either defied God or simply asked to defy God by asking for pain medication.
They had pain medication
Yeah,
in the Middle
they had.
Ages? What?
You were allowed to-
like an herb or something?
The herbs, and they had, like, I think, early versions of opioid, not like
Oh, yeah.
like opium and stuff like that.
Yeah, they
Like,
probably just had opium.
Sounds
Yeah.
really good for the baby.
she just needed her pain medication because she was in horrible pain because she was giving birth to twins. And I would like to point out that you thought about doing pregnancy with no pain medication for a minute.
Okay, no, I didn't. I thought about doing it with laughing gas.
Hell
which
yeah.
is not the same as what you get at the dentist, but it distracts you from the pain.
Wait, it's not just nitrous?
I mean, it is, but like
It's nitrous.
it's just it's like a different form of it than what you get at the dentist.
It's not like full bore. Blah. It's just like a mild amount.
Yeah,
Okay.
they like give you a mask and you just
You're
like, breathe it
microdosing?
in.
Yeah, you're microdosing
yeah.
laughing gas?
Which, by the way,
Yeah.
I didn't know this until we went to the midwife place, which we ended up not going with. That is England and Australia, they don't do epidurals. Laughing gas is their main
Really?
their main.
Epidurals are really big here and I think in France, but like
Huh.
Yeah,
the
Interesting.
but
other-
that
the UK, if you will, prefers the laughing gas.
Boy.
it's very.
They want to feel a little bit of pain.
Yeah. That's
well
very
they-
British.
As well, they
It is
should.
very British.
They're more in
yeah.
touch with Eve than. See, I would think that would be French, if anything. Let me feel all of
No.
it.
Yeah.
Per my French baby book I'm reading, the only baby book I've read, they are full epidural, and they think Americans who want to give birth naturally are complete morons.
They fucking are.
Well, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Even though it was almost me.
Yeah, I want to feel it. So she asked for pain medication because she was in horrible pain from the twins. And this was considered witchcraft.
Of course.
So that, along with a litany of other and probably true charges of witchcraft, because of that, she was found guilty of being a witch and burned at the stake on June 25th, 1591.
Was she
While she was pregnant with twins?
No. She gave birth to the twins, and then they put her on trial and burned her.
Were they
Yeah.
demon babies though?
No, but I'm guessing being burned at the stake hurts a lot more than giving birth to twins.
I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like
That
it's a
sounds
wash.
really
You're-
grim.
you-
Sounds like a wash.
Yeah, you can only be on fire for like an hour versus birthing twins for 20
I actually think you
Plus
asphyxiate.
hours?
I think you
Yeah.
asphyxiate to death when you're burned at the stake.
before you even burn.
Yeah,
Oh, you
easily
get
the twins
off?
was worse.
What?
You can get off.
Yeah, you could.
If your blood
I
doesn't
don't
boil
think
in your hard
choking-
dick.
Choking's not a thing for ladies, though. I think that's a guy thing.
Choking
What?
is
do you
so-
Chicks love
What are you
getting choked,
talking
bro.
about?
Have you?
Oh, that's true. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
I just was. My mind went to I've never heard of a chick
Ladies
dying
can
of
be
a choke and
freaks
stroke.
too. All right.
Yeah, I guess I've never. I feel like that's more of a man way to go.
Yes,
But-
no woman's stupid enough to die. that
Yeah,
way.
she'd be like, maybe I don't do this in a way where if I slip the wrong way.
Yeah, they do
Yeah.
it much. They're much smarter about
Yeah.
it.
Yes. Is that true?
I have no idea.
Also, weak hands.
So anyway, this Euphame, the witch, was executed for asking for pain medication. She was a woman of some nobility herself, and so this dirty, awful witch was executed, and her lands were given by King James to Sir James Sandilands, and because Sandilands was a good person.
Does he get the
Right.
kids though?
Yeah,
He doesn't
what
get the
happened to
kids. Sandilands, by the way, so she was executed for asking for pain medication during birth. Her lands were given to Sir Sandilands, and he is most famous for helping a convicted double murderer escape from prison.
Was
Who
he
was probably
executed?
a man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Was he executed for that?
No. He went on to live happily on her lands.
Yeah.
I,
What? Who's
what a
the?
horrible story, Rob.
Can we talk about the double murder for a sec? Yeah.
Sure. He just helped that guy escape, and then
Why?
I don't remember, but the Wikipedia was like, and that made him fall a little bit out of favor for a while, but he got back in the good graces.
Yeah.
Right.
Of course, because there was no woman/witch involved.
Yeah, no, Courtney, think about this. There was a guy I talked about 2 weeks ago that literally was an enemy of the state of the Habsburg Royal Holy Roman Empire.
Yeah.
And
Which means that any citizen, like a fucking peasant, could run up and pitchfork him in the neck.
Yeah, and
legally.
and they'd be like, "That's fine." He got that way because he was just burning down buildings and cities to just make fun of the docents or whatever you want to call, not
Yeah.
docents, but
City
the
council.
custodians of the city,
Yeah, city
basically.
council.
Yeah, city council. He got back in good graces.
That is so irritating. There's really nothing more horrible, I think, than being a woman before, I don't know, 1950. I mean, it's been so depressing, especially in the Middle Ages, because they'd think you were a witch if you just looked at somebody wrong.
That opinion's really strong of yours. I'm starting to question
I
what
don't
your
know if that's pretty
what your
witch-like.
I'm
Courtney.
sorry, but
Cool, yeah, you're
men
right.
have to deal with that too. Okay, the Salem witch trials. I believe the man James Proctor also got burned at the stake for being a witch.
A lot of men were executed, and actually, it was women doing all the accusations. People blame the men. For
Well,
this.
they were sick of getting accused. I can't blame them.
No, it was actually we'll have to do that at some point, maybe for Halloween. But the Salem witch trials is hilarious. It was basically these like bitch teenage girls.
Yeah,
it was bored teenage girls that started.
You guys
Well,
always
yeah,
have
who's
to
the
lift
girl in
yourself
the-
up. You're always like,
that
women
book?
have to support other women, but you're the first ones to tear each other down.
Yeah. It was also
Well, that's our right as women.
Yes,
So.
yes, it is true.
the chicks that were doing the accusations that were fucking. We'll have to have Veronica back on for that since she is a witch.
Yes, I could do a whole deep dive on Tituba.
Who's that?
Tituba.
I don't know who that is.
That was the I believe she was from Barbados, the house slave of the Proctors. Oh, that they were like she taught him the
Yeah,
Barbados magic.
Or is it
Yeah,
She
John
did all
Proctor?
sorts of creepy stuff.
I
John
believe
Proctor,
I believe
yeah,
so.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Shouldn't she do like voodoo?
maybe, probably. I don't know. She was definitely killed.
Well, right.
Actually, she might not have been. I don't remember anymore. But anyway,
Yeah, who knows? There is some good news though.
Okay.
I'll backtrack a little bit. How did any man in the court know that Euphame wanted drugs? Hard to know because men weren't allowed at all in the birthing room during this time period.
You're accusing another woman of turning her in.
Well, yeah, it was definitely a
pain
woman who rolled
medication.
over on her. But what I was going to say was, no men were allowed. This was all midwives and friends or whatever. No men were allowed because
What
they
a
thought
better
it,
time.
What?
What a better time.
Really? I don't want to be in there.
Can't miss the big game, you know?
You don't want to be in there?
there's a jousting match.
It's the first week. The babies due the first weekend of college football. Baby, we got Georgia Clemson.
We got UCF Boise.
Georgia Clemson.
Isn't Ohio State Oregon first week too?
I think so.
Wow,
Oh,
I just
wow.
want to punch all of you.
Hey,
Yeah, that's fair.
No,
but
that's totally fine.
it was seen as so obscene for men to be in there that in 1522 a German doctor was executed for dressing up like a lady to observe a live birth.
oh,
So men got killed too. Hooray.
Well,
Only
that's
'cause-
the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Because he was a cross-dresser?
No, because
yeah, that might have been really why they were like,
also which
yeah.
that's just weird. I don't know.
he can bend his gender.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was like a
Which?
thing. We've talked about this before, pretty much prior to I don't know, the 20th century, people thought doctors were fucking weird.
Yeah, no, I mean, it for sure.
Yeah,
Like,
people thought doctors were like perverted psychos. We did an episode on the doctor riots in New York.
yeah.
Where they thought, like, doctors, to learn anatomy back in the day, you weren't allowed to like dissect bodies or go to live births or anything like that.
Did you cut up an animal?
No, you'd have to go grave rob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this one New York doctor was accused of like taking someone's wife, and apparently like the kid was like peeking into the hospital, and he had like the cut off arm and like waved at the kid with the cut off arm.
Which is an awesome move, but like,
So for the next week,
surefire way to
everyone-
die.
Yeah, for the next
100%. Not a great look.
no, not if you're trying. Yeah, like if you're trying to prove that you're like a man of science and like to be respected. Yeah, with a severed arm, like
just doing some human body puppeting.
yeah,
Like, what's
yeah,
up?
Not the best way, but let's not get ahead of ourselves with the pregnancy stories. We have to talk fucking and how to stop fucking and how to stop babies before we get into the pregnancy itself. So we got a little
Highbrow.
birth control.
Great.
Got a little birth control stuff. So first off, in Western Europe, birth control was, of course, forbidden by the Catholic Church.
Right.
But that didn't stop women from taking.
Still is.
Still is. Still is. I want to say at one point they were trying to like give, like in the 90s, we're trying to like give a bunch of condoms to Africa to stop AIDS, and the Catholic Church was like, no.
Not that way.
Yeah, well, we're like, we're not helping give them out because that's wrong. Just don't fuck.
Well, I just need the Catholic Church to back off. I read the other day that apparently certain Catholic hospitals, if a woman after giving birth wants to tie her tubes, they'll be like, yeah, can't do it. This is a Catholic hospital. You're going to keep having babies forever.
It's God's
If
will.
there's anything we have to say about it.
And with that, I will give a sign of the cross.
God's plan.
Of course you will.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Yeah, I'm for it.
No, you're. It's,
I'm not. I mean, but
Yeah.
they can do whatever they want.
Yeah, that's why every time I'm, in
but they're a
college
hospital.
or
Shouldn't they like do what people ask them to do?
no, I think you gotta go with what the Lord says.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. But yeah, so even though there was no, like, obviously, I mean, birth control would have been kind of unofficial regardless. Women were pretty good about knowing what to use to stop from getting pregnant or abortion. And actually, I like the way Wikipedia wrote it, so I'm going to read it verbatim.
Okay.
For example, this is preventative measures, right? So this is how Wikipedia wrote.
There's a setup coming here. I feel like.
100%.
Yeah.
Wikipedia wrote women did birth control in the Middle Ages.
Okay.
For example, inserting lily root and rue into the vagina, or infanticide.
Or infants.
What do you mean?
So that's just, they called that infanticide.
No. It was put that in your pussy,
Mm-hmm.
or kill the baby when it pops out.
Oh, the old-fashioned way. Yeah.
Oh my
Like
gosh!
it's like, oh, they could put lily root in their vagina, or just get a rock when the baby comes out and
Just like be waiting.
yeah, toss it into a river, mate. I was like, that was two.
hate that.
That was the plan B back then.
That plan B was rock.
It's a very late term abortion.
Yes.
Yes. It's fourth trimester abortion.
Trimester.
Yeah.
To be fair, obviously that's horrible. But I mean, some of those women, they'd been pregnant for like a decade. They probably had kind of lost their shit by then and were like, I can't do this again.
Yeah, they're just like overlapping pregnancies almost.
I'm a little worried about your soft take on infanticide.
What do you mean?
It's a soft stance on
Yeah, you're not hammering it hard.
Yeah.
You're
You're not hammering it like that baby skull. Is
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is none of you have ever given birth, and
Oh, have you?
Dan, give me 2 months. Maybe I haven't given birth, but I've been through 7 months of this hell, and I know how painful it is.
Dan, you don't have to talk anymore. You did it. You won the podcast. Good job, bud.
I hate you a lot.
Oh my
You need to stop encouraging him.
Rob, stop laughing.
Dan, by the way, I don't know if I told you this, but Dan already hates our baby.
No, I was there last night when he said, by the way, I have no interest in seeing your
No.
baby.
never wanna
But
see
he has
your
an
baby.
active interest in feuding with the baby already.
Oh, well, it
He's
is your
he's
son.
going to
so-
antagonize the baby.
From afar, because he doesn't actually want to interact with
No, don't invite me to see your baby. I
Are
don't
you
care
gonna
about
you
your
gonna
baby.
send like mean notes to it?
I'm gonna neg your baby.
Yeah.
From where? Like on the internet? Like what are you doing?
Yes, I'm gonna online
Twitter.
bully.
Are you gonna make their baby Instagram account just so you can cyberbully it?
Yeah.
You're gonna be my child's first cyberbully.
Yes.
That'll go in the baby book. Baby's first cyberbully.
It super won't go in the baby book.
I don't know. I kind of want it. Just
Dan will not appear in the baby book.
I mean, the minute you start posting photos of your baby on like Instagram or something, I'm gonna bully it.
That's fine.
I will block you.
Baby's first cyberbully is fucking Dan.
Oh my god.
That should be a kid's book too.
Yes.
Baby's first
No, there. I mean, there are
cyberbullying.
cyberbullying.
Oh, of course
kids'
there are.
books.
I should have known that.
Not for babies.
Yeah, but for kids there are.
What kind of poor baby, defenseless
Oh,
baby, deserves a cyberbully?
Fucking Gershowitz wrote a cyberbullying book.
He did.
No,
Yeah.
the trolls.
Ignore the trolls.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually supposed to be really good. I haven't read
Yeah,
it
we
yet.
need to buy
When are you
that.
giving your baby its first iPhone?
I would say probably 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just leave it in there with him,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he'll figure it out.
It just and then it'll go on a YouTube rabbit hole and your baby becomes a conspiracy theorist.
No,
Yeah,
no,
he's
no,
my
no.
baby's-
Your baby's becoming a gamer. He's gonna have his own like YouTube channel and Twitch stream.
Yeah.
You gotta monetize that baby as fast
Wait,
as possible.
should we just make a Twitch where we leave like a controller with our baby and just like in
And
Mario
see what
Kart?
happens.
Yeah.
Like it's just a cart going into the fucking wall.
all those streamers keep like gravitating younger and younger. So like eventually there's gonna be like a 6-month-old streamer.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's gonna be our baby.
Well, if he starts early, maybe he could set records, like be one of the best Madden players or something.
No,
No.
like
For a baby.
maybe
For a
Call of
baby.
Duty
Yeah.
or something. But yeah, no, he will out.
Call of Duty.
Like, if you get him kind of like ground floor when he's before he's 1,
Yeah.
he'll probably outgross your household by the age of 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the problem is he'll get canceled at 5 because he started using racial slurs at 4.
Yeah.
Because he learned them like
Gaming.
Playing Call
Gaming.
of
just
Duty.
like subliminally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So
But then you
so
go.
his life's over at 6.
But then you go on the apology tour at 7.
Yes.
Then you start. Well, by then TikTok won't be a thing. It'll be something else. It'll
Yeah.
Be,
Yeah.
they won't dance anymore. I can't think that far into the future.
Just
We got 7 years. God damn, being a parent's easy as fuck, dude.
What are you talking about? This all sounds awful to me.
What? Okay, you have the best excuse in the world. Sorry, my prefrontal cortex wasn't fully developed yet.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was saying because I literally just started talking.
There's never been an easier time to make your child a star.
I don't know if I want to pimp out my kid.
Childhood stars
the
have the
internet. Very
best
healthy of you.
lives. What are you talking
Thank
about?
you.
Yeah, I'm out of content. I got there's nothing left in here.
We're
Gotta
bone
use
dry.
Got to use the baby.
Clearly, look at this. Look at this podcast. We're bone dry right now.
You fucking nothing.
Somehow you come up with something to talk about every week.
Wow.
Barely. Usually day of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is softcore.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
not just Rob. All of you are day of topic people.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the
Well,
most
Dan
part.
has like a list of people, but he does all the research.
Dan has a
day
book of
everybody.
freaks.
Yeah.
Just laying around
That's so
somewhere.
Dan.
That's
I
because
can't
I went.
handle it.
I just routinely every week I go to the Museum of Weird in Austin.
Is that what you
I'm
do?
36, and I just.
Well,
I
he
find
did- he
something.
did
Wait,
do that.
Like what? 2 days ago?
I did.
Yesterday?
Yeah. Because I thought it was gonna rain. It didn't rain.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
But so back to birth control. Women were it's actually pretty interesting. So women were aware of like a lot of different like herbs and shit that would either stop ovulation or act as birth control, or were like essentially like Plan B type abortions, like very early. Like
Yeah.
I fucked him without a condom because condoms
Did
weren't
they
invented.
know what ovulation even was?
To an extent, they knew that having sex right after your period essentially would.
Okay.
Do the trick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They knew there was a
They
window.
They
if
had
you
they
will.
had timed it up at that point. Yeah,
Got
yeah,
it.
yeah. I don't know if they knew specifically what ovulation was, but yeah, they had. But the reason we don't know specifically is because ladies weren't really allowed to write too much.
That's a lot of witching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I do like the
Too
line.
much witching.
The line you wrote, I think it was for an old Grand X video, but it was what, like Plan A is Plan B, and Plan B is being on those tees.
yeah.
I think McGannon said that.
He did, and yeah. I was gonna say,
Just thought that should get some shine, you
Thank
know,
you.
like 8 years later.
that actually is one of our.
You remember that?
That actually is one of our best videos, but one of my favorite ones we ever did, the frat attack ad. You were in that too. I loved your part. It was essentially like a political attack ad on a guy, and it was just recounting his entire history in Greek life.
I don't remember that one.
It's
I
a
got to
good
go
one.
back and watch that.
It's a good one. And
Conflict-free cocaine, was that the first
Conflict-free
video you
cocaine
were
was
in?
great.
You were in
No,
that.
I Was that the first one?
No,
I did like his post grad thing that didn't really go anywhere.
You did the chant video, the name chanting video too, with Boosh,
I don't remember that.
where he'll do anything if you chant his name.
He hit me in the leg with
yeah.
a bat.
Yeah.
You don't remember that?
Sure don't. But
Okay. Sure don't,
sounds
pal.
enjoyable.
The only problem I have with the herb situation, by the way, is like, you probably grown that in the same herb garden as the oregano, right? Like if Greta goes to the wrong corner of the garden, baby's getting flushed.
Yeah, I think like one of the
Like,
really
there's-
common ones is like what, pennyroyal tea or something like
Yeah,
that.
something
Yeah,
like
and
that.
I think pennyroyal is a pretty common like thing you can grow.
Yeah.
yeah, it's like not hard to grow.
But like if you, there's like some dangerous stews being
Yeah,
being cooked.
Dangerous stew.
Yeah, kind of adds up. Witch.
cauldrons.
Yeah. Oh
yeah.
my god, dude, witches just
Poor
everywhere.
women.
Yeah, I know. It's not
It's
great.
so awful.
Not great for them.
There was also, this is my favorite form of birth control that they had in the Middle Ages, perhaps the most widely used, and it has a fun Harry Potter sounding name. It's called coitus interruptus.
Is it pulling out?
Pulling out. Coitus interruptus.
But that's a much more
Yeah,
fun way to say it.
Coitus interrupt. People should shout that when they pull out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Coitus interruptus.
From now on,
It's like a
guys.
spell.
And then a
not-
spell comes out of your wand. Yay.
Alistair Crowley would actually
That was a
very
good
much
idea.
agree with that.
And to be fair, when Harry and Voldemort's wands connect in the fourth movie,
They're docking.
they're jizzing. Look at what's coming out of those wands.
It's
Look at
very.
their faces, too.
Yeah, they've docked.
It's vinegar strokes for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, coitus interruptus. No longer call it pulling out. If you live in a trailer park, I guess you can keep calling it pulling out.
Yeah,
But if
but-
you want to be fancy, coitus interruptus.
For sure.
It sounds more scientific too.
Yeah, well, you slap Latin on anything.
Yeah.
Like you could, if you just, whatever Latin is for butt fucking, makes it sound nice.
You should definitely look that up.
Anus insertus. Like.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it sounds way more pleasant than.
Butt fucking?
Yeah. Butt fucking doesn't sound good to anybody.
No, but
It's normally when you get screwed over, you get butt fucked.
Anus
yeah.
insertus? Yeah.
Wait, I thought there was birth control involving lemons.
Yeah, lemon was one. I think I have that next, actually.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. Lemon was one, too.
How'd you know what he was going to say next?
Fucking witch.
What is going on today?
Literally a witch. Witch with child over here.
See what I have to deal with?
Gee whiz, man.
I sleep with one eye open. You never know. With witches.
Right.
Yeah. Witches. We got that. Yeah, lemon. So anything that's acidic was not anything acidic, but they used acidic stuff to kill sperm. Spermicidal not
Yeah.
lube, but like spermicidal shit was a thing. Another one was medieval India, probably long before that too, but the first records of it are in like 9th century India. A combination of honey and rock salt. The honey literally just slowed the sperm down. You put that in your
sounds
vagina.
So unpleasant.
Yeah,
You
it sounds
put that
really
up-
painful.
Oh my god.
And by the way, anything like this, lemon juice or honey, whatever, or even some herbs that you didn't ingest orally, but you put instead, you shove it right up in there, up on your cervix, all the way in the back.
I mean, obviously, my first question is like, who discovered this? Were they just shoving shit up there to
Probably.
see what
literally
worked?
trial and error.
Because,
Yeah.
oh my god.
Listen.
Ow.
If rock salt can clear the streets of the Northeast during a snowstorm, it can definitely flush out a baby, no problem.
Well,
Well,
we're not
prevent-
flushing out a baby. We're flushing out sperm.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
killing the sperm.
Yeah.
Well, you're definitely killing the
It
sperm.
kills ice, kills sperm. Boom.
What can it do?
By the way, I wanted to tell you this one, and I don't know if I had told you this before. This is from the Ancient podcast, but I kind of wanted to get your reaction because you'll understand like what this type of situation is.
Also, I just got to point out that I believe birth starts at ejaculation. So
Yeah, life starts at ejaculation.
Sure.
Created life this morning.
In
Were you involved?
the shower.
I was not. No. Sure wasn't.
So one ancient form of pregnancy test. There wasn't really any pregnancy test stuff in the Middle Ages, just the piss prophet thing, where they were like people whose job it was to look at a lady's cup of pee to see if she was pregnant or
Are
not.
you kidding?
No, that's a real thing for sure.
And they
They
were
would
literally
just look at the pee and be like, "There's a baby in there."
Maybe give it a smell or a taste.
there was-
pinky in, and
Ew.
They would taste it. Yeah.
they were
There's
called piss prophets.
There's actually a story about a guy who was really good at it, and I believe he was like a king or a prince. Like they could also cure ailments or diagnose ailments through pee.
Yeah.
And so this prince would like handed him what he said was his pee, but it was actually a pregnant woman's. And he's like, wow, well, in 3 months, you're going to perform a miracle, your highness. You're going to give birth to a boy.
Yeah.
And like the guy knew it was a pregnant woman's pee, like just from tasting it.
And he knew she was giving birth in 3 months.
Yeah, he knew like the trimester.
That is the wackiest thing I've ever
Right?
heard.
Yeah. And that guy's not a witch. That's a scientist.
Of course.
Yeah.
Because it's a guy.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
That's
yeah.
infuriating.
That's how it goes.
Man of science.
Yes. Man of science, lady of the devil.
That's so weird. I wonder how much trial and error it took just like tasting pee and being like, yeah.
I think that was probably, he turned a fetish into a paying hobby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
we all should be so lucky.
Yeah, right. I mean, he just made it work by God's will.
But yeah, it's trial and error over literal millennia.
Yeah.
Like
It's so gross though.
No.
like 100, 500 generations they fucking figured out. But so I wanted to run this by you just for your thoughts. There was an ancient form of pregnancy test in the Middle East, maybe Egypt or Sumeria, I forget what, where the supposedly pregnant woman would sit on the floor of essentially like an old brewery or whatever, an old like beer hut where they were brewing beer.
Yep.
Okay.
So essentially
Call
like
back.
a dirty frat house floor that on a Sunday morning.
Ew.
And however often she vomited, and with the pace she vomited from the fumes, would tell you if she was pregnant or not.
But that's ancient. That we've come a long way in the Middle Ages at this
That
point.
sounds
We don't do this anymore.
so awful.
You wouldn't be into that?
No. Well, she's probably also like peeing herself too.
Yeah,
'cause
she's just kind of dragging her
you,
butt along like a
lose
dog.
Control of your muscles. So like anytime you're pregnant, like if you sneeze or vomit, you're probably gonna pee yourself.
This is like early on though too, right? I can't imagine they're bringing a 6-month pregnant person
No,
into
this is
this
like
room.
immediately like, I think I'm pregnant. And they're like, all right, well, into the beer hut. Like into the brewery. So this is like their
Well, that's even worse because that's first trimester, so she's probably super nauseous.
Right.
And you know.
Oh, maybe that's why.
yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense then.
Well,
That's how
also
you get the vomit.
wildly unsafe. She's probably like really dehydrated by the
Yeah.
time they drag her out of there.
Yeah,
Ew.
it's not good.
I think maybe we should go more natural with our second baby and use that as let me just pour like bush all
I'm gonna
over our
have to really
garage.
talk myself into a second baby.
She's not having a good time.
No.
So, anyway, with the Middle Ages, getting a lot more witch talk here. Because really, if there's one thing women were in the Middle Ages, it was witches. Just witches, really. You're
either a witch, you worked at a brothel.
Oh yeah.
which we can't rule
Trying to
out
think
which
of any
is
other.
doing.
They could do both.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Really.
they're not mutually exclusive.
No, or you just made bread.
Yeah.
Really, more
And if the bread was
witches,
too good,
Which?
which?
No.
I feel like more witches probably should have worked in brothels because they easily were having a terrible time and they could have cast a spell on some of their just really aggressive and mean customers.
Just to get them to chill out.
Or like give them more money. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Madams kind of had probably the most power of any woman in
That's
town.
true. They were probably
Yeah.
all witches, and that's why.
For sure.
Yeah, they probably
All
got all the
madams were
secrets,
Well,
too.
and they have all the secrets of the town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they know who the prince is putting what where, and
Yeah, and he's like, or she could be like, "You're not burning me at the stake.
yeah.
I'm gonna tell your wife
Yeah.
something."
I
Yeah.
have a lot of things. I actually didn't include this in this stuff, but Catherine Medici, famous queen, I forget where, she and her husband
important.
didn't like fuck for the longest time because they didn't like each other, and she couldn't give him a baby, but she wanted to learn how to give him a baby, so she had her servants drill a hole in the floor. Yeah, no, in the floor. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah. No, with this
Like,
episode,
where's
you
this
really
hole?
don't know
Yeah.
where the direction goes. Yeah.
In the floor of her room so she could look down into her husband, the king's room, and watch him fuck his mistresses so she could learn how to fuck good.
So
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like he drilled like a deposit hole.
No.
Yeah. Me
Yeah.
too.
No.
Yeah.
No glory hole situation. It's the opposite of a glory hole, actually.
it's like a cucking hole.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's peephole?
Just
it's
people.
people.
Yeah.
People.
Wait, so she wanted to try to fuck him good even though she didn't like him?
Yeah, well, they ended up having 9 kids.
Oh.
So she learned a thing or two from
Yeah.
the hole in the floor.
Learned to like him.
To be fair, she was a queen and she was married to this guy, so she's probably like 12.
Yeah.
Well, she's kind of like tuning into like what, early porn?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just like,
Live porn.
yeah, watching through that little hole.
Yeah. On the floor.
Yeah.
So you got to think she like laid a pillow down.
Made a
laid
day of
there.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
David.
Yeah.
He
Make
was
it
the
fun.
king. He had all day.
Yeah.
Yeah. What
exactly.
else do you have to do?
Yeah.
Sign like 2 papers, and then just fuck.
Fuck the whole
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like, you die, you pay more taxes.
Yeah, and it's good.
I gotta go fuck.
So, birth control over women's bodies, etc. Big deal to the church back then. And an inquisitor and priest by the name of Jacob Sprenger wrote what is called another fun Harry Potter name, Malleus Maleficarum. Malleus Maleficarum. Sounds fun. Translates to the Hammer of the Witches. So this was basically just a book on how to find and exterminate witches. And I did not choose the word exterminate. That's their word.
Right, of course.
This just sounds like the original McCarthyism.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The original witch hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a literal book on
Wait,
witch
what,
hunting.
what are the signs? Do they have to do with pregnancy?
There was a ton, but the text accused, among other things, witches of administering birth control. So any woman that's like, here's some oregano.
So a thoughtful nurse.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
he basically, you had a real narrow lane if you were a midwife.
Yeah.
And if you put a toe out of that lane,
You're a witch.
yeah, you're going to the oven.
Yeah.
These guys are so stupid. They just want women to keep giving birth, but they have to pay for all those kids. Do they
Well-
not think about that?
No, those kids pay for themselves pretty much because they're labor.
Yeah.
At the time too.
Oh,
Yeah.
I guess that's true.
See, but yeah, it's not the peasant men making these
They're getting
decisions.
a whole staff.
It's
Yeah.
it's lords and people who, these kids are going to work the land. They need more
Yeah.
hands on the land.
Higher birth rate means more production in the feudal system, which means and plus kids die because the feudal system sucks. So you got to keep pumping out more to replace the ones that go bad.
And this was written when they were still
That's
essentially.
depressingly true.
That's it's the dark ages.
A lot.
So dark.
A lot of this stuff came out when they were still trying to kind of repopulate Europe after the Black Death.
Yeah. I mean, how many people? What was the percentage of?
It was like a third.
Yeah. When a third of your workforce or potential workforce disappears,
Yeah.
it's gonna be bad for a long time. So I'm not justifying it in any way, shape, or form.
I am.
Of course you are.
I think I am.
Of course
You
you are.
obviously are.
But yeah, no, there's like a very bottom line logic to the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were bottom line minded for sure.
Yeah.
But so the text accuses there's a lot of different ways you can figure out who's a witch, but in respect to
Which
reproductive.
I'm sure are really accurate,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
It's essentially that scene from Monty Python.
Yes, it's if she floats. Yeah.
Yeah. And they dress her like a witch, and then they're like, well, look at what she's dressed like.
Yeah.
Look at
Yeah.
her nose.
Yeah, look at her nose.
She
Look at
turned
the
me in.
mole.
That's actually my favorite line from Monty Python. It's not any of the like goofy things people say. It's like well, did you dress her up like this? And they're like,
Well,
a bit, yes, a bit.
Dude, that and the whole the feudal peasants.
The
I'll
anarchic.
do that for you.
Yeah. The violence inherent in the system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, so some spring newt or spring fairy
Caught in a lake, tossing a sword at you.
makes
look.
you ruler of all of
That's
us.
no basis for a system of government.
See, Courtney, look, we're bone dry out of content. We're quoting movies now.
Quoting
We're quoting Monty
Movie
Python.
quote
Yeah.
guy
I
now.
know.
This is what kids
I
in
think
this.
I'm the only person who's never seen that movie.
Oh, it's a great movie.
It's actually
Yeah,
brilliant.
but am I going to think it's funny?
Yes,
I
it
didn't watch
actually,
You-
it
you
holds
would
up.
like it.
It holds up
Yeah?
quite well.
It's
yeah.
British, so it's cultured.
Yes.
So it's culture.
Yeah.
So one of the ways you could figure out they're a witch, by the way, they administer any kind of birth control, or you just suspect they're administering birth control, or you just see them in the herb garden at all.
She's getting real
They
close to
could
that
be
pennyroyal.
cooking dinner.
Or they just look at you the wrong way.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Another thing to look out for with witches, though, according to Jacob Sprenger, who was an inquisitor and priest, is they have the power to steal men's penises.
They do.
Okay.
Is that like a term for something else?
Literally
Yeah.
No,
or
no.
figuratively?
No, it's
No, that's
very literal.
hard,
Yeah.
literal. Steal men's penis.
She stole it straight into her coochie.
yeah,
I
which
don't know
is-
what they say
it's-
for vagina.
What's weird because everyone has the ability to steal a man's penis,
Yeah.
All you need is a pair of scissors
Or
No.
teeth.
or
And-
teeth. Yeah, really. But
Scissors, like a knife.
and either, it doesn't matter. But I think this means like make it disappear.
Like it vanishes?
Yeah.
So you're just like a Ken doll down there?
Yeah.
Do they steal the balls too? Or you just got some like
It only says-
clackers down there and no
It only
knocker,
said,
you know?
Yeah. It only said penis, so yeah, I guess the balls would still be there.
That's a
That would
weird
be
life.
more-
Just as a tease.
Honestly, yeah, I would be more upset if I still had my balls and no dick, and they're just kind of knocking around. Like you're
like-
still fragile down there. You can still get like fucking nut tapped.
Literally, all of the
all
none
risk,
of the benefit,
all
of
risk,
the,
no reward.
Yeah.
that they're
Not great. So witches were just running amok.
making dicks disappear right and left.
Yeah.
You know what? I think that's a fair tip for Tat.
No, I think it's now we need to be on this witch hunt because
Yeah.
they're stealing penises.
We've really abandoned the war on
Stakes are
witches.
high.
Did you see the thing about witch pox or like witch marks that they would use to examine? They would examine people's bodies for witch spots, which could be anything, like
I can't
eczema.
imagine there's a lot
you
of
know?
Like a birthmark or something.
Anything.
also.
Yeah.
Is there a lot of clear skin in the Middle
I
Ages?
can't. What, like, yeah, it's not like they got
Everybody had to
Neutrogena.
have looked really rough.
Yeah,
Right.
their form of makeup was rub your face with this burlap sack.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Yeah, I
Make
don't,
it smooth.
It's really just whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
What is a witch? It's whatever you want it to be.
It's a lady you don't like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say in Sprenger's book, there were also male witches. But I mean,
Well, that's at least something.
yeah.
Little nice.
It's
Progressive.
Yeah, somehow the more terrible version where anyone can be a witch is somehow progressive in this time.
Yes.
That's pretty nightmarish stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And now you may be asking yourselves, why would a witch want to make a man's penis disappear? Well, I think they might have been jealous of our dope wangs.
I think that's fair.
That's because people in the Middle Ages, for a time, I don't know the time frame or exactly what culture, just all I could find was people in the Middle Ages, believed that women's genitals were pretty much just men's genitals that went dumb and didn't grow right. Like, genitals were supposed to be out, outside of your body. So women's genitals just kind of like didn't.
I have a thought.
Yeah.
What if instead of actually making dicks disappear, what these women witches were doing is giving the woman like some sort of herbs or something so the guy couldn't get a hard on anymore. And so he felt like he lost his dick because it doesn't work now.
Oh, like an impotence
Yeah.
herb
No, I
or
think-
something like
I
that?
think
So that,
they
so that
just-
she can't have kids anymore.
They were just collecting broomsticks.
Yeah. Actually,
Or it was real magic.
so St. John's wort actually greatly reduces libido.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty common. It's an MAOI. They used for a long time just for natural antidepressants,
Yeah.
but also really lowers libido, like easy to grow. Could easily be that too.
To
So-
me, that seems
yeah.
way more plausible where it's like, well, my dick is basically gone because
Yeah.
it doesn't work.
I don't
So
feel
we need
the
to kill
urge
that
to
chick?
fucking rape anymore. So yeah, this lady must be a witch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, don't do witch stuff.
Yeah.
Which
That is a good theory, though. I like that a lot.
that's pretty. Yeah, that actually checks out.
I feel like it's pretty accurate. I'm just going to go with it.
And I'm sure many a lady got burned for it.
Well, at least they weren't pregnant, I guess.
Yeah, I fucking guess. But yeah, so they thought that essentially if like women's genitals, just went dumb. Didn't pop out like they were supposed to. So women were like just like a broken human who had some use.
They weren't too far off.
Some use, just
Yeah.
populating humanity.
Pretty much.
They weren't too far off because like testicles are just like
No, it literally is like
The same stuff,
Yeah.
more or less, just with different
Our
functions.
balls just drop.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like it literally is. It's actually funny. Like they were right in that it was like
In just
inversed or whatever.
The most wrong way.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. They were right in the most wrong way fucking
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah, if anything, ours shit's worse because ours just fell out.
Yeah.
We're whoops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like dangling around.
Yeah.
It really, I wonder when it got really dangly because that could not have been useful while we were still swinging around in trees and, or even like walking along in the jungle naked and
I mean, I don't know,
fighting
like
off a jaguar with a fucking spear. Like,
I mean, like,
Didn't you have a loincloth
yeah.
Yeah.
or something going on?
that's not enough.
It's
Well, at least
way
you're
more
not
than
gonna
nothing.
hit them with
Yeah.
a stick.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, if you look at like primates now, they have danglers.
I think they're way more compacted.
Well, a lot of them have bones in their dicks too.
Yeah.
Which is wild. But
It's rad.
yeah.
But yeah.
Oh no. Yeah, that's a good question.
But yeah, I don't know. So anyway, that's all the birth control stuff. But let's say you get pregnant and you don't plan on tossing your baby into the river as a form of birth control. What happens?
Which I feel like I need to add. I do not support the infanticide.
Well-
It seemed like I had a very soft take, and I don't. It's,
Yeah, speaking to
That's
the
very
mic, so
depressing.
the public knows that you're anti.
Infanticide.
I'm anti killing your baby with a rock or tossing him in the river. That was
You're,
tragic.
you're
Right.
coming down
I
as
was
hard.
looking for a potential. I don't even know.
Right, you
I
leave
guess
that
there's
baby.
no excuse.
You leave that baby at a firehouse, so he grows up and works at that firehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, or the neighbor's farm, anything.
Can you leave your baby at a firehouse subs now?
Yeah, no, it applies too. So he just they put him to work super early.
Making
He
sandwiches.
gets
I wonder if anybody's
gets
done
the
that.
he gets the recipe for that secret sauce.
Everyone loves it. That's why they're
And it's
still
a
open.
win-win
Yeah.
for everybody.
They have a secret sauce.
Like a firehouse sauce.
What? I didn't know that.
Everybody has a secret sauce.
I've never eaten Firehouse subs.
It's meh.
You eat Subway like every day.
Because it's here.
It is right there. I've been to that Subway more
I
times than
don't
I'd like to
choose-
share.
I'm not like, oh, fuck yeah, there's a Subway next door.
Even when I'm on a road trip and the only option is Subway, I just starve.
I'm kind of with you. I can't eat it anymore. It's
I'm
like
fine with
mystery
it.
meat.
No,
It's fine.
Rob and I
it's
had a
on
great
sugar
discussion.
bread.
It is sugar bread.
Oh no.
Yeah, oh, you ate fucking 2 donuts yesterday.
That's mean. I'm pregnant. I
She's
can eat
pregnant. She
whatever
can do
I
whatever
want.
she wants.
I'm not saying she can't do that. I'm saying one of her meals yesterday was literally sugar bread.
Yeah, and you know what? I can eat that. I can't eat the mystery cold cuts served at Subway.
There's not mystery to it.
Yeah.
They are what they say they are.
Just fucking like,
They just came out.
They
and
are
it
who
was
we thought they
not
were?
actual tuna fish.
Okay. Again, Rob and I have talked about this. If you're eating tuna at Subway, that's on you.
yes, that's your fault.
Yeah.
I have never ordered tuna at Subway.
No,
I'm
nor
just
should
saying.
you. That is a death wish by any I feel like you're gonna get a
It's
fishing
gross.
hook in
Like
that. Like
anyone
Fishing. I don't think
anyone
it's fish.
who is playing victim about
Fish
Subway's tuna,
byproducts.
yeah,
look, like
it's fish meal.
I will
Yeah.
I will fully victim blame people who eat tuna at Subway. That's your fault. You should have known.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What-
I'm
You literally asked for it.
Yeah.
It's true. I'm
And
more
it
of
was
a-
served to you.
More of a filet of fish guy.
Filet of fish
I
is
won't eat
magical.
that either.
No, it's delicious.
Yeah.
But
Filet of
also,
fish rules.
like, I don't really care if Subway's turkey is like turkey colloquial or whatever, turkey asshole pussy or
all-
whatever.
I don't know. I kind of care.
I don't. They mix them. You know, it gets all mixed up. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'll eat a chicken nugget. I'll eat Subway turkey cold cuts.
I know what I'm getting when I get this kind of food.
Yeah.
Like
Also, if you really want to be safe, like you can't fuck up salami and pepperoni. So just get their fucking.
yeah, get the cold cut combo.
Yeah.
Or not that, the
Italian.
BMT, yeah.
Yeah.
That's literally there's like a floor and a ceiling for that. And
Yeah.
It's really narrow and everyone fits inside of it.
Yeah. It's like that little floor from Being John Malkovich. That's it. That's it.
Yeah. So anyway, so next up, figuring out the gender. This one's fun.
Okay.
Let's say you had to figure out the gender of the baby, whatever the fuck, and basically, or not just figure out the gender, but essentially choose the gender, right? To
Sure,
like,
because you want a guy.
yeah. So you want a boy.
Yeah.
So here's how you get a boy. One way you'll enjoy this is just staying in bed for the last couple weeks of pregnancy.
I will be doing that anyways.
Yeah, just chilling. So that'll keep our boy a boy.
Yeah, because if you're standing too much,
Yeah.
it might deflate the penis
Yes.
into a vagina.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Science.
Checks out.
And what is a standing woman if not a witch who makes penises disappear?
Oh my God.
It's full circle.
Penis is disappearing in the womb.
Yep. Witch, I have my eye on you. I swear to God, if I see you touch a crystal, one fucking crystal. But yeah, that was one. The man, this is my favorite one. He could also go out and get himself a pair of hares, rabbits, a male and a female. And what he would do, the man and wife did this together. It's really sweet. He would cut up the female hare and take out its womb and vulva and dry it as one would jerky, perhaps.
Of course. Yeah.
And then take the male hair and cut off its testicles.
Yep.
And take it out of its little rabbit scrotum.
Yep. Following. I'm following.
Dry those out as well.
Yes.
And then he would smash up the testicles, put that in wine, and then smash up the woman vulva, put that in his wine, and then the man and woman would drink it together.
That's so gross.
It's a weird gender reveal.
Which,
move.
by the way, sounds like some witch shit.
Just
Really does.
more like
Wait, why are they drinking both?
Well, the woman drinks the woman one, and
The
the man
woman drinks the testicles, the man drinks the
Oh.
woman vulva.
And that means you're going to get a boy?
Yeah. And then they fuck. So she's not pregnant yet. And then they and then they fuck.
So a spell.
Yes.
A spell to
yeah,
have a boy.
but it also kind of sounds like East. It's like super Eastern medicine.
Oh yeah.
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 Which is also just land magic, basically. Like,
Yeah.
it's all magic.
The Chinese were ahead of us by a lot.
Yeah, and that kind of stuff, for sure. They also wrote it down more. I actually think a lot of the reason that Western herbalism isn't as known is because the women were doing it and weren't writing any of it down. Like, it was all passed down word of mouth.
Yeah, we get it. Women couldn't write.
No, they were literate. A lot of them were literate. It was more just,
They weren't allowed to write.
right. You could read, but not write. But yeah, so that was one, and we didn't have to do that, but I would have.
Sweet.
I actually would not have.
Well, what if I just gave it to you and then told you after?
I probably would have just left.
What do you think's in that topo?
Definitely not rabbit vulva.
I feel like
because
it wouldn't
it's
be.
clear.
I was going to say it wouldn't be. It would be red. It'd be red and chunky.
Pretty good.
It's like, oh, this topo's weird.
Yeah. And then this is my favorite one too. They also at one point believed that boys came from the right testicle and right ovary.
Oh.
In particular, so people who really didn't want a daughter would cut off their left nut
No.
or cut out their left ovary.
Makes sense to me. God on the right.
Yes, exactly.
Satan on the left.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they thought left-handed people were also of the devil
Yes.
in some
Which would be
circles.
you.
Yeah, I'm a witch, for sure.
Oh,
Well,
I'm just
no,
talking about politics
actually,
right now.
what's it?
He said he's just talking about politics right now.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And by the way, actually, I'm not a witch for being left-handed. A witch did this to me, so we might need to track down my mother. My grandmother, I suppose, is already in hell for doing this to me if it was her. So yeah, that just depends.
Yeah, just let God sort it out.
What I'm trying to say is I'm a victim, and I did nothing wrong. But yeah, that was the other one, cutting off your left nut.
That's so stupid.
That's
Yep.
that's the ultimate. I never want a daughter.
Can you imagine? Okay, wait.
That kind of makes more sense now. Like, I'd give up my left nut for this. Like,
Yeah,
that's where the old saying's from, huh?
Oh,
maybe.
interesting.
Wow.
I'd give my left nut for a son.
But not a right nut.
Literally.
So, God, can you imagine? Okay, you cut your left ball off.
Yeah.
You do the whole thing.
And then I
you
assume someone puts a hot poker up on your bleeding nutsack.
Yep.
God.
Yeah. And then you consummate. And
I don't think you do it right after.
no, I mean,
Obviously.
Yeah.
not. He's let him get it out.
Yeah, right. But like, then you still have a daughter.
Yeah. 100%. That happened all the time.
That must have happened a lot. And then
Yeah.
I meant
guess
my
whose fault
other
that
left.
is?
The woman.
Damn it.
Yeah.
The woman probably
It's like, I
gets
told you
burned.
should have taken that right ovary out too. Like,
You go back to
I can't even, first of all, I can't imagine how painful it must have been to take out an ovary.
it
Holy
certainly has to be a
shit.
lot harder because it's inside of the person, whereas the sack's
100%.
just
And
hanging
how
there.
do they even
Like,
know which one is the ovary?
yeah.
you just poke around.
It's like, oh, we took
Are they
out her
just
heart.
grabbing shit? What did they grab?
Yeah, no,
kidney?
Well-
you just kind of, when you're a kid, it's an Easter egg hunt, and you just kind of reach underneath the deck. You don't know what you're reaching for, but
Snakes.
you find that egg usually.
Yeah.
It's a snake egg.
They 100% don't know what's going on
Well,
in the uterus at that time. So that's alarming.
They didn't know what was going on in the uterus until, I'm going to say, right around the Spanish-American War, at minimum.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, they're sitting there saying, well, all you need to do is take out that ovary. Like, they didn't know what that was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And doctors weren't allowed to learn anatomy.
Yeah.
So
So,
if you were lucky enough to get a real good grave robber
yeah.
who could figure it out.
Yeah. That would be done at like the barber.
Oh my God, that sounds so painful.
Also true, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You go to your barber. So we go to Shag Salon. Michael cuts out your ovary.
No, because I mean, barbers, they had all those knives laying around. They're like, well,
Yeah.
if we don't, we got to have some other services to offer.
You
So,
seem like a surgery guy, right?
yeah, bloodletting was big at the barber shop, obviously. And then other smaller amputations, too, would be done at
Yeah.
the barber shop.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know how any woman currently pregnant or planning to be pregnant hears this shit and isn't just thankful for modern medicine and wants to go and actually go to a doctor that will give them pain medication and treat them properly after all of these women suffered for centuries and literally just got fucking butchered. I mean,
Really millennia.
Yeah.
Hundreds of millennia.
Until just now-ish,
Yeah.
on a grand scale, until right about now.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, but there are still women that are like, I don't know, blow up a little pool in my living room and let's just do it there and don't give me a single pain medication.
I'm sorry, big pharma and doctors have agendas now. Okay.
Oh, right.
They never did back then.
Yeah.
They're pure.
Yep, I agree. And what is Big Pharma? Is it Big Witch, really? Has Big Witch just put its tentacles into everything?
Actually, that's like most conspiracy theories right now.
What?
Is
Big
occult, big occult.
The reptilians, yeah.
Yeah.
They
Which is
control
hilarious.
society.
Like that mindset actually hasn't left. It's just
Just
in
changed a little
different
bit.
forms.
We've shifted a little, but really rebranded.
Yeah.
But yeah, shit don't change.
Shit
I mean,
don't
I don't
change.
really care what their agenda is as long as I don't have to feel this baby coming out of me.
That's their agenda.
Yeah.
Then I'm fine with it.
You really are fucking insane, though, if you're like, I want to give birth like a cave woman. If you want to give birth like that, then put a bear in the other room and just hope the bear doesn't come into your room.
Also, use a rock as a pillow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the guy goes hunting.
Awful.
Yeah. And the guy just doesn't really care.
Yeah.
And he's probably not even there.
That's how.
Yeah,
That's
he's
what I
hunting.
want. That's
Yeah.
what I actually want the natural birth to be. You have to go out
Out
into
in
a
the
dirty
woods.
cave
Yep.
and fucking do it.
And the guy the entire time just grunts at you.
Yeah. No words.
Because that's the communication, yeah.
Hurry up.
Yeah.
Putting grunts. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone who's
Yeah.
like, I gave a natural birth. It's like, in your air-conditioned house in a pool you got from Walmart.
Made of polyurethane plastics
Yeah,
or whatever.
no,
Yeah.
You fucking didn't.
Go
With a-
out to the fucking desert,
Yeah.
give
Yeah.
birth like a true woman.
Really want to rough it.
What I'm trying to say, guys, is if you see a woman post her natural birth story on social media, remind her that she didn't give natural birth.
That's going to go over.
No,
well.
don't do that.
That'll
Please don't
go
do that.
over really well.
Be like,
Mommy's first cyberbully.
And make sure to tag us in that post.
I really don't want you to do that, and I will report the comment if you do it. Yeah.
Such
And
a
block
bad
you.
look.
Don't do
Yeah.
that. So the birthing room itself, we'll get through these real quick. The birthing room itself was interesting when they were actually giving birth. It was really fun. There were no men allowed, and the rooms were also kept extremely dark. One, to make it like the uterus, and
Oh,
two, to protect the mother's eyes for whatever
From
they thought
what?
they were extra light sensitive or something. But so tapestries with soothing scenes were hung everywhere. And like over the windows and shit like that. Only one window was kept open for light and fresh air. So think of how stinky a normal medieval room is.
A birthing room's got to be rough.
Ew.
Yeah, not ideal.
To be fair, I mean, that's kind of how a hospital is. You can like dim the lights and kind of set the scene, have relaxing music, which is, I guess, is their version of the tapestries.
Yeah.
Yeah. Law and Order just on repeat up in the corner. Yeah.
SVU.
Yeah.
Just a little SVU while I, get
Every
that
time
nice
I've been in a
action.
hospital, it's been Law and Order.
Looks
like
like
it's constant.
Yeah.
Because it's the only thing always on TV.
Yeah.
I don't know why, like, hearing Ice Cube be like, so you're telling me she was raped 5 times before she was murdered is what a pregnant woman wants to hear
You know
to
what?
relax.
That
But
show is somehow soothing. I know it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
no sense.
No, I mean, personally, I would just put on ridiculousness with Rob Dyrdek.
That would soothe me.
That's the only thing on MTV programming.
Yeah.
It's 24 hours now,
It's just ridiculousness over and over again.
It's dumb enough to soothe me, to be honest.
Yeah.
Another thing they did, since they weren't allowed pain medication of any kind, I think this is just as good. They would hold butter or cheese with charms carved into them.
So witchcraft?
Yeah, but this is church-sanctioned witchcraft,
Oh, okay.
so it's fine.
Right.
A man said it was fine,
Yes.
so it's fine. And
Of course.
And that man was God.
they would also wrap prayer scrolls around their belly
Okay.
for pain relief. And the most popular figure on these prayer scrolls is my new favorite saint, Saint Margaret, who is the patron saint of women and childbirth.
At least it was a fucking woman.
Yeah.
That almost surprises me,
Yeah.
considering the time.
Another patron saint of pregnancy is Saint Joseph, Jesus' cuck dad.
Yep. Super cuck.
What in the world did he have to do with anything? Are you kidding me?
He had nothing to do with that baby. Not a damn
Literally,
thing.
that's infuriating.
Although,
That is the most Catholic shit I've ever heard.
It did kind of suck though that he had to raise a child that wasn't his own, and
Yeah.
he was also dating Mary
Just
at the time.
casually
Like,
the son of God.
he'd be like, yeah, so where did this child come from? We didn't do anything.
And his son never really loved him.
No.
You know what I mean? Not compared to his much cooler,
Hey,
richer, real dad.
His son loves everyone.
Yeah, so he loved no one at the same time. Like he,
Right. It's that old adage: if you have two quarterbacks, do you have one?
You have none.
I'm saying, do you have one?
Oh yeah,
The
yeah,
answer
yeah.
is no.
Yeah.
No.
He is, yeah, exactly. But why was Saint Margaret the patron saint of childbirth and pregnant
Oh
women?
God, how'd she die?
Well, see, she was she a famous mother herself? No, she never had kids. She, in fact,
Something relatable, huh, Courtney?
Hilarious, Dan.
That's one of the great lines of this podcast, not of this episode, of this podcast in general.
Of Dan just reminding me I haven't given birth.
Yeah, yeah. Let's not steal that valor yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Margaret was a virgin. Her dad was a pagan priest in Antioch in Roman times before, or this very early Christianity, before it became the state religion of Rome or anything
Sure.
like that. And Margaret's filthy immigrant maid, I guess, converted her to Christianity. Yeah, her like servant was a Christian, converted her to Christianity because she was raising the kid while her important parents were not.
Yeah.
And so she dedicated her virginity to God. However, a Roman governor a little later asked to marry her. He was like, I want to marry her. This is a noble teenager, I guess, probably. And she's looking pretty fine, and I'd like to make her my wife. And Margaret was like, oh, and actually, like, Margaret was maybe okay with it, but he was like, I do have a condition, though. You can't be a Christian. Like, you need to renounce your Christianity. And Margaret was like, no, I'm a Christian. And so the Roman governor was like, okay, well, I'm going to torture you then. And so
Good grief.
she was being tortured and all this stuff. But this tells you how powerful the Roman Empire was. I guess at one point, to help torture her, Satan showed up.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, whenever he pops in for a cameo on a torture,
Dude,
right?
First off, I mean,
He
really,
used to
He
jump
does.
in.
He
Yeah.
does jump in every now and
Yeah.
then. I mean,
that
Bob-
Rome could summon the devil, by the way.
Yeah. I
It's
mean,
a-
he was more of like a pest to Jesus when he was in the desert.
He was just kind of a dick.
Just kind
Well,
of a-
Satan
Yeah.
isn't Lucifer either. Like, if you buy into the Book of Enoch, which we've talked about earlier, they are very
the
different.
fuck are you talking about?
What's up with
E-
you and Enoch?
The Ethiopian canonical biblical stuff.
I'm getting a little witch vibes from you, I'm not going to lie.
It's
Super
part of the
witch
Bible.
vibes.
Which leads me to ask, what are you doing to him?
Sure.
Courtney, I'd never heard of the Book of Enoch before I stepped into this room with you. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. This is your witch. Haha. Yeah.
Me and my witch vibes.
Yeah.
Oh.
But no, wait, what were you saying? Well, I would say
Yeah.
Satan is funny to Jesus because he is just like in the desert and he's like, want some water? Bet you want some water, don't you?
Satan's a dick.
Like he could have just like
He's
murdered
not that
Jesus,
big of a
right?
dick.
Are you defending Satan?
I'm sorry. His body count is way less than God in the Bible. That's all I'm saying. He is kind of a dick, but
He's a dick though.
Yeah.
He's a dick.
He is not nice.
Yeah, but he's not like
He's
he
literally evil.
he's you're
Talk
gonna
about
confuse
the
Satan.
most Danism to defend Satan.
Satan is wrath and impulse and like
Are you soft on Satan?
I think Satan gets bad rap.
So essentially, this
For a reason.
podcast has been soft on infanticide, soft on Satan.
It's really just because he like doubted God's leadership. That's really it.
you're thinking of Lucifer again.
It's still the same person.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
We'll have to do an Enoch episode.
I'll do it.
Yeah, I need more info
Yeah.
We'll do a full Enoch episode.
on this book that is not in my Bible.
But yeah, so Satan showed up to help out Rome, as he's wont to do, apparently.
Yeah.
And he showed up in the form of a dragon.
Sick.
Yeah, so dragon devil is there, and he swallows Margaret. And he's like, dude, he's just gonna end this bitch, essentially. Like he's like, I got it from here, Rome. Don't worry. No sources on how the Romans reacted.
Sure,
course.
Just taking it all in.
Yeah.
Whoa.
We're
Did not expect that.
Whoa.
Just went full
Satan
dragon.
handling our situation.
Nice, bro.
Yeah, I assume the governor was like, see?
Told you.
Yeah. Look what I got.
Wait, is this story like a confirmed Catholic story that made her a saint?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Oh wait, all that shit's made up too. What?
Welcome to the OGs.
The Catholics think that Satan showed up in the form of a dragon?
Yeah, he went full Liu Kang.
Yeah.
It was
Okay.
a beast. What was it? Where they turn into animals?
What, Liu Kang?
Yeah, in like is a fatality.
One of his fatalities is he turns into a fire dragon.
That's sick.
And what burns them?
Yeah, just fucking eats him.
Oh, nice. So he turns into a dragon but doesn't use the fire, just like dinosaur eats him?
Yeah, but he is a dragon of fire.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's probably where Mortal Kombat got it from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Probably. But Margaret, when the devil as a dragon swallowed her, as the Roman governor cheered, I assume, she was holding a crucifix.
Oh no.
And so Satan could not keep her in his tummy. So he spit her out.
Was she Ash?
No, she was fine.
She's protected by
Haven't
Jesus.
you seen The Exorcist?
And thus, Saint Margaret of Antioch is the patron saint of pregnant women in childbirth because the hope is that the baby comes out of the mother as easily as she came out of that dragon.
Yeah.
I honestly don't even know what to say to that.
Yeah. Pagans are brute heathens that believe in things they can see, but Catholics are the pure ones that believe in Satan dragons, right?
Devil dragons.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I have
devil
a lot
dragon.
of thoughts.
I
Rob.
mean, every culture has some form of dragon, so I feel like it's got to be accurate. There's
Yeah.
got to be dragons somewhere.
Yeah.
So
So Catholics are telling me that Noah really didn't save the animals in a flood, but Margaret popped out of a Satan dragon.
I think we believe both, technically.
yeah, Noah did save those animals, and he did save the world.
Yeah.
You told me that Catholics thought that was just like a figurative story.
We
to
get
teach an example.
We get taught that in Catholic school, or at least I was taught that in all of my Catholic schools. But there's also that's more like depends on where you learn.
Right.
Right.
No, we just don't believe in Geppetto being eaten by a whale.
Are you Catholic?
Jonah, you mean?
No, Geppetto.
Oh,
Yeah.
Geppetto wasn't eaten by the whale. That's Pinocchio.
Pinocchio.
I thought Geppetto got eaten by the
No,
whale.
No,
just
Geppetto
That's
ate
Pinocchio.
why I don't
Pinocchio.
believe in Geppetto getting eaten by the whale.
Oh my god.
Logic. That's actually really sound stuff, man.
Yeah, I don't believe that JFK is alive either. So it's
Good call.
yeah.
There's a lot of proof that he's not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah.
That's why I believe. That's just what I believe. But yeah, Jan's Catholic as well. He's an altar boy like me.
Yep.
Really?
Yes. Our Lady of Fatima. Praise be.
Interesting.
Christ the King. But yes, Saint Margaret of Antioch, who never gave birth, and I assume even though the dragon spit her out, the Romans probably finished the job soon after.
I can't wait to ask your parents if they know this story.
They probably don't. Do you know how many fucking saints there are?
How many saints are
too
there?
Many.
Thousands.
Anyone's a saint.
Yeah, like
We were pretty fast and loose with it early on.
being a saint is like being inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. It's like pretty much got to put up numbers for like 3 or 4 years
In
and you're good.
college or the pros. It doesn't just have to be
matter.
the
It's not
pros.
just the NBA. It's
Yeah.
it's the Basketball Hall of Fame. So it's like pretty much if you're a notable name, you're gonna get in.
Well,
Well, there's
now
also
it's
multiple saints with the same name. Aren't there 5 Saint Edwards and Roberts and
Yeah, but there's usually
Daniel?
like a
a qualifier at the
Yes.
end, like Saint Robert Bellarmine, that type of stuff.
Daniel in the Lion's Den.
Yeah.
is he a saint?
Yeah.
Because he made it out of the den?
Made
There
out of
are
the den.
some Old Testament figures that I think were retconned into saints.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah, they're ours now.
Stop appropriating our people.
They were waiting for Jesus. They got on board.
Is there a Saint Jacob?
Probably.
Do you know what our logic is for everybody that died before Jesus? What happened to them?
They
Don't-
deserved it?
No, like what happened to them when they died?
Oh, no.
Well, they were just in purgatory.
Yep.
Just
Oh,
waiting,
yeah,
just
yeah.
waiting
Yeah.
for the big man.
It's their form of purgatory is like a really nice and pleasant spot with like nice buildings, but just like you can't really.
It's a waiting room.
Yeah.
It's literally like a dentist's office.
Well,
Which
I was
seems like
thinking from I was
Yeah, I was gonna
I was
say, that
thinking
sounds
of the
terrible.
Inferno version of it, where it's just like the old scholars and stuff. It's like it's the nicest thing they could have imagined, but not as nice as heaven,
Right.
Because
Yeah.
you can't fathom heaven,
Right,
Yeah.
right, right. Exactly. By the way, Saint Jacob is the patron saint of druggists and pharmacists.
Feels accurate
Yeah.
Oh,
for you.
But your full name's not Jacob though, is it?
yeah.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah, Jacob.
Wait, did you think it was just Jake?
I thought it was Jake.
Just call me Jake.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought he was the patron saint of Technicolor coats.
Joseph,
Joseph.
Oh, that's Joseph. Fuck.
son of
A lot of J
Jacob.
names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too many J's. Too
Yeah.
many big J's.
That's what happens. But that's all I got on middle age pregnancy and birth control and all that stuff.
Oh, Jacob's Ladder.
Yeah, that's a Holocaust thing, I think.
Patron saint of fitness.
Don't think that's accurate.
That doesn't
Doesn't strike me as super duper accurate.
sound right.
I don't know.
Okay.
But that's all I got for you. What did you learn today, babe?
I learned that I'm really grateful for modern medicine and that you just never know who's a witch.
Well, I think you do. It's everyone. It's kind of like witch until proven not witch.
Right.
Yeah.
Fair. Yeah.
I learned that Satan could just show up in Rome. They could
That's
just
true.
call him up.
Yeah.
Be like, "Hey, we got a lady to torture." And he'd be like,
what
and
is
take the form of a dragon.
"Yeah."
what is that? Isn't there like a show where you can like summon like a monster? Isn't that a show?
Dragon Ball Z.
I
No.
don't know. I thought there's like a show where like someone could like summon a dragon or something. I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah.
Rome could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which really
Like the Godzilla monsters.
yeah,
Yeah.
it really doesn't reflect well on that empire that they could summon the devil
And
in the
it's-
form of a dragon and they still fell.
Well,
Probably-
God would only summon a bear, right?
Yeah.
To eat children.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
favorite
Well, when needed.
Old
So
Testament
I'd
story.
rather go with the fire dragon.
Yeah.
Sounds more effective.
I also learned that Dan is way more Team Satan than God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't. That's not.
A little
That's
troubling, Dan.
that's not shocking to me.
No, 0%.
It's really not.
Like literally, Satan's title in the Old Testament is just the adversary. And what is Dan but
The adversary.
the adversary?
All he did was ask questions, okay? He just asked, hey,
You're
man.
really just treating Satan like the underdog.
He is. He is, by definition, the underdog.
He's under, I guess. What'd you learn, Dan?
I mean, what haven't I learned from this episode? Shit don't change. I just,
Shit.
yeah, again.
Well, actually, shit did change with this in that you have medicine now that you're allowed to have.
Yeah.
But even as far advanced as we are now, people just kind of want to revert to the old guard.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what happens.
Oh, this was another shirt.
is true.
This is another theme that I think is prevalent through history, and I've said this to like current friends when they like talk about like the election being stolen or something. I'll just be like, I know you want the world to seem more interesting than it is, but it's not.
The simplest answer is usually
And
right.
this is what
Yeah.
people back then too. Like it's the same thing. It's like they wanted with witches and shit like that. They wanted the world to seem more interesting than it was.
More magical.
Yeah.
Or just explain something they don't like. Like you said, witches are just people they don't like.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, and to your point, Occam's razor
Yeah.
works nine times out of 10, maybe 99 out of 100.
Yeah.
The opposite, I've been calling it, is Trump's poop knife. It's just like a bad blade that'll give you sepsis.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, oh, so wait, Italy satellites, Hunter Biden, like, wait, what happened
Yeah.
with the, and then Dominion? No, that didn't happen.
That's with anything. Like
Yeah.
it's not. That's not like I'm not like shitting on conservatives here. Like everyone does this.
Oh, yeah.
In some form where they try to make the world seem more interesting.
Yeah.
Than it is, and it's not.
Right.
It's just not.
Yeah, you can read every magical spell with crystals and stuff. You're not summoning anything.
I will say, worrying about Satan popping up in the form of a dragon does make the world more interesting to me.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
You
because
just never know where he's going to come from
And
or in what form.
yeah.
And I will be praying to Saint Margaret when
Yep.
you give birth.
He also really
Bring a
upgraded from the
crucifix.
fucking Garden of Eden.
What'd you say?
He really upgraded from the Garden of
He
Eden.
upgraded his lizard form.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he got his feet back.
he really did.
Yeah.
They-
And I guess wings. I don't know. I don't know what kind
There's
of
a lot of different kinds of dragons.
Yeah, that's true. He might not have been a winged.
He's like one of those Chinese dragons.
He's a
with the-
Dragonite.
Komodo dragon.
A Dragonite from Pokemon.
that actually wasn't a dragon type.
Charizard.
Or no, you're right.
No,
Charizard.
Dragonite was
Yeah,
dragon.
Dragonite was dragon. Charizard was not, but he was the most dragon looking one.
Yes.
Not a dragon?
He's not a dragon type.
Dragonite
type.
was the
Oh.
most dragon-looking one.
Dragonite looked like a classic. He looked like Puff the Magic Dragon.
I was about to say like
Pete's dragon.
Pete's dragon. Yeah, he's kind of tubby. He's
Yeah.
got like a little
Yeah, like a goofy dragon.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, that's all I got for this episode. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, leave reviews, accuse people of being a witch, remind us why natural birth is a lie.
And go to softcorehistory.com.
We got merch. We got merch. It's all live, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got fucking merch.
Got merch. Go buy merch. We're going to have some more merch soon. Also, go ahead and leave a 5-star review. Saw somebody left a 3-star review. He said he liked the podcast. Left a 3-star review.
That's weird.
Yeah, sure. Said I
What's
like
even
it.
the point?
Don't know. Please leave 5 stars.
Yeah. It helps us move up the charts. If we get into, I think like once you get into like kind of the top 20, that's when being on the charts like actually matters because no one's scrolling down to 87 really.
No.
Yeah.
We do it for the screenshot. So help us manipulate the charts
Yeah.
so we can take that screenshot of being top 10, top 20.
And buy merch and all that fun shit.
And then shove it in every kid we went to high school with's faces.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Who, for some reason, still follow us.
I don't think I have a lot of hate followers, but
No. But I always feel weird promoting the podcast.
What, on social?
Yeah.
It's just like, who the fuck does this kid think he is?
no, it's like the guy in college that was like the club promoter.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like,
But
oh,
we're
come to
essentially-
yeah.
Like, we used to make fun of the kid that used to try to become like a rapper in
Yeah.
high school or in college, and we're just that now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm fine with it.
help us become that.
That, but like way less artistic.
Yeah.
Way
Right?
less
Like
artistic.
at least the fucking guy who's rapping has like artistic talent.
At
We're just
least
like,
a little bit of
hey,
creativity and talent.
Listen to his talk.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
We're really hard selling it at the end here, guys. All right.
But yeah,
That's it. That's all I
a friend
got.
about the podcast. Courtney, thank you for joining us.
Yes, thanks, Courtney.
Thanks for having me, guys. Super fun.
And for Rob, Jake, Courtney, I'm Dan Regester, and you just got soft served.